Alright, here's our simple project for today. We are going to be making one of these beautiful tea bags. It's a tea bag bookmark. It's made out of fabric and some cord. I'm going to show you how to make it from this fabric right here. So let me go ahead and put those aside. These just takes a very small scrap of fabric. So what we're going to do is actually I'm going to come down here and just cut off a little bit of fabric. I've used up most of my scraps, so I'm just going to cut this. But this is a great project to use up those scraps that you have. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead, and I could cut this with my rotary cutter and ruler, but I'm just going to eye it and cut it with my scissors instead. So we are going to go ahead and do 6 inches. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm just going to mark that we're going to cut right there. Cut that. And then we're going to go ahead and cut 2 1/2. So 1, 2 1/2. It's going to be right here at this mark. All right. Cut that all the way down. A good way to tell if you stayed online is to fold it in half, and if both sides match, you know you did a good job. All right, so here's going to be our tea bag body, and we're going to use this little guy, just another, this one's about 1 inch wide, and we're going to cut it by 2 inches. So let's go ahead and cut that here. So we've got our tea bag body and our tea bag holder. That's the little top flap. We're going to go ahead and get our sewing machine out. You're going to go right sides together. Alright, and you're going to sew down both sides. You're going to sew just with 1/4 of an inch. You don't need a huge seam allowance, especially working with cotton. That stitch on both ends. Alright, let's go ahead, trim that off. And now on this side, trim off these threads. Now, it doesn't matter whether you sew from the folded side down or the raw side down. Either way is fine. We're going to go ahead and clip these little corners. This is just going to make it easier when we fold it inside out. Those corners are going to be nice and crisp. Okay, we've got this little guy. We're going to go ahead and fold this over, and we're going to sew it this way and this way. So just one fold and then 2 sides. And I'm actually not going to pick it up. I'm actually going to just sew it down. I'm going to get to the corner. I'm going to put my needle down, and then lift up my feed dogs, turn it around, and then lay my feed dogs back down and pick up sewing. And you just want to do this very close to the edge. Don't worry about getting your fingers in there with the needle. Don't do it that close, but you can definitely do it a little bit closer to the edge. Alright, we're going to go ahead and trim this corner off. Now comes the fun part. We're going to turn it inside out so that we can see that beautiful fabric. I've got some scissors here, and I'm just going to use those to help me turn it inside out. Alright, so there's this one inside out. Now we're going to turn this one. Alright, I'm going to use those scissors just to poke out the corner a little bit. Get those corners nice and crisp. All right. Here we go. Looks like a little tea bag. Now we just have to do the top. This is where I'm going to get a pin. Just one little pin. This is going to help us as we do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold these down like this. So I'm going to make a little point with the front, and I'm just going to finger crease those. Makes a nice triangle. They're just meeting. And then if you do it the other way, these also make a point. So just a nice little point there. Finger crease those. Now you're going to fold it back up so that it's together. So that's what it looks like from the top angle. All right. Great job. You've got both of these sides simply folded in. And now your last job is just going to be to fold it one more time. Fold it down to the crease. All right. And you're going to do that on both sides and fold it back so that it looks like a tea bag. All right. Now, these are very easy to pop back up. So you want to definitely crease it with your finger. That will help it stay put. Then another thing you can do, just to help while you're sewing, while you're about to sew, is to get a pin. And this pin you can just pin through the top. You want to make sure that these two meet. And then you're going to go ahead, stick that through. And now you're going to set that aside. We're going to work on this. All right, we've got some threads here. We are going to fold this in. You're just going to make a little loop, fold it around. This can help you. Fold it, fold it, fold it. We don't need a very big loop that goes at the top of our tea bag. Just need a small little place. So that's what I have. You can also pin this, but I folded this in as well. So now we've got it ready to sew. I'm going to use some cording that I had right here. I'm going to use, let me see, about 8 inches. Here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open this and stick the end of my thread or my cord in there. And then I'm going to take it to my sewing machine. I have it held right in the middle. I have it held inside. And I'm going to sew right along the edge. I'd say it's probably sewing about 1/8 of an inch to the edge of the fabric. Cut off these, and then you'll see here, and you'll see here, right where I sewed it. Alright, we're going to do that to this side. We're going to take out that pin. We're going to place this in the middle. You can repin it or not, but we are just going to sew right over there. Right close to the edge, just like we did on our little tag. I am back stitching at both ends just so I know my hold is secure and that this thread is not going to come out with multiple uses. Because I want this bookmark to be used. Here we go. Right here, if you can see that, I've got it nicely threaded, and there you go, a finished bookmark. I've got many here that I've made in all different colors. These would make a great Mother's Day gift, or if you have a friend that really loves tea, you can certainly give that to them as a tea gift. Keeping in my aqua color scheme, I did quite a few that were aqua. I even did one that was white with an aqua cord, so you can certainly do many different kinds. So there you go. And you can have a whole assortment of tea bag bookmarks.